JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, 2 men wanted in the U.S. nabbed in St. James operations. 2 males who were wanted on warrants of extradition in the United States were arrested by members of the Jamaica Fugitive Apprehension Team, Lottery Scam Task Force, and the Area 1 OST in St. James on Tuesday, May 17. Reports are that about 3 a.m., lawmen carried out an operation in Mount Salem in the parish, where a premises was searched and 41-year-old Damian Clark, who was wanted in the U.S. for firearm and drug-related charges, was apprehended. He was placed in custody pending an extradition hearing. The second apprehension occurred about 8 a.m. during an operation at Spring Mountain in the parish. 40-year-old Damon Oakley of Point District, who was wanted in the U.S. for mail fraud, wire fraud, and other lottery scamming activities, was arrested and placed in custody pending an extradition hearing. Government providing free lands to 5,000 farmers, says Charles Jr. The government says 5,000 farmers, mostly youth and women, will receive land free of cost under a program designed to expand food production in new unutilized areas. According to Agriculture and Fisheries Minister Pernell Charles Jr., the initiative will cost $63 million and will be implemented over the current 2022-23 period. Charles Jr. announced the program in his contribution to the sectoral debate in Parliament on Tuesday, saying that government will fund the cost to prepare up to 1 acre of land free of cost to each of the farmers. This initiative, he said, will be coordinated through the Rural Agricultural Development Authority, RADA, in collaboration with produce marketing organizations, Jamaica Agricultural Society, JAS, and Jamaica 4-H clubs. The program, he said, is being implemented as the Agriculture and Fisheries Ministry continues to develop strategies to engage and motivate young people to invest in agriculture, including its policy to make 20% of all productive lands available to youth. In that vein, 105 hectares, or 260 acres of land, have been made available to vulnerable groups, particularly youth and women. We have achieved 86% of our target by adding 39 youths to the agri-parks and production zones for the financial year 2021-22, Charles Jr. told the Parliament. He said Jamaica 4-H clubs, in collaboration with Agro-Investment Corporation, has placed 10 young people on lands at Ebony Park Agri-Park. Additionally, because of strong interest by young farmers for agricultural lands, Jamaica 4-H clubs is working with Sugar Company of Jamaica Holdings to identify additional lands for them. Charles Jr. also said that through the Rural Youth Economic Empowerment Program, 291 agribusinesses were established and participants received startup grants of $50,000, 6 months of business coaching, training in business development and management, and agricultural best practices for targeted production and training in basic computing. Additionally, the Jamaica 4-H clubs provided youth with over 270,000 training opportunities, financial support to 363 needy students pursuing studies in agriculture, and the establishment of 367 school gardens, the minister said. 7 Jamaicans on latest UK deportation flight. 7 Jamaicans who have reportedly run afoul of the law have been deported from the United Kingdom early this morning on board a chartered Home Office deportation flight en route to Kingston Norman Mall International Airport. There has been no public comment from the Jamaican government about this latest deportation. A report in the UK Guardian said the Home Office initially had at least 100 people on the list of Jamaican nationals that officials hoped to remove. Although the number is low, it is more than the 4 who left on a Jamaican deportation flight last November. 4 of the most recent flights to Jamaica had 17, 13, 7, and 4 people on board. Home Office deportation flights to Jamaica are among the most contentious carried out by the department, as many of those earmarked for removal have Windrush connections or have been in the UK since childhood, with children and other close relatives in the country. Some convicted of drugs and firearm offences as teenagers have been found to be victims of country lines grooming and exploitation. At lunchtime on Tuesday, there were still almost 20 people due to fly, but many had their tickets cancelled after legal actions were lodged on their behalf, the Guardian said. Among those who did not fly was Mark Nelson, who has lived in the UK for 22 years, has 5 British children, and was facing deportation following a conviction for cultivating cannabis plants. A 34-year-old man with severe learning disabilities also had his ticket cancelled. Tom Pursglove, Minister for Justice and Tackling Illegal Immigration, said those on the flight had received 58 convictions for 127 offenses, including rape of a minor, sexual assault against children, firearm offenses, and actual bodily harm. They are extremely serious offenses. They're not minor matters, he said, adding, public safety is non-negotiable. What we have seen is more last-minute claims from specialist law firms. A Home Office spokesperson said those with no right to be in the UK, including foreign national offenders, should be no doubt that we will do whatever is necessary to remove them. This is what the public rightly expects, and why we regularly operate flights to different countries. The new plan for immigration will fix the broken immigration system and stop the abuse we are seeing by expediting the removal of those who have no right to be here. Police seized gun and ammo in Santa Cruz, St. Elizabeth. A 9mm Browning pistol and a magazine containing 9 rounds of ammunition were seized by the police following an operation in Burnt Ground, Santa Cruz, St. Elizabeth on Tuesday, May 17. Reports from the Santa Cruz police are that about 12 p.m., a team of officers were conducting operations in the area when a premises was searched and the handgun found under a tree. Further checks revealed 3 cell phones with identity information for people living overseas, which were also seized. No one was taken into custody in connection with the seizure. Investigations are ongoing. Manchester man died after a 3-vehicle crash. A man died as a result of injuries he sustained in a 3-vehicle crash on the Content Main Road in Manchester on Tuesday. He is 48-year-old Carlton Simpson, a resident of Porus. A police report said about 7:25 p.m., Simpson was driving a Honda Civic motor car when he overtook a truck and collided head-on with a Honda Step wagon which was traveling in the opposite direction. Police said the impact resulted in the Honda Civic being pushed into the path of the truck. Firefighters were called to remove Simpson from the Honda Civic. He was transported to the Mandeville Regional Hospital where he succumbed. The driver of the Honda Step wagon has been hospitalized. Man shot dead on Hagley Park Road. A man was shot dead as he drove out of a business establishment on Hagley Park Road in St. Andrew yesterday afternoon. The man, who is yet to be identified, reportedly received multiple gunshot wounds. It's reported that about 1:33 p.m., as the man was leaving the business place on his motorcycle, he was pounced upon by 2 men on foot who brandished guns and opened fire on him. The alleged gunmen escaped. Up-and-coming DJ stabbed to death by friend. An up-and-coming artist died on Monday following a stabbing incident close to his home in Hamilton Gardens, Portmore, St. Catherine. The deceased, Durham Carson, 36, affectionately called Willie or Carson Fire, was a contestant in the 2018 edition of the Magnum Kings and Queens of Dancehall competition. It is understood that about 2:30 p.m., Carson allegedly confronted a friend who owed him money. Carson received a single stab to the heart during a heated verbal exchange. He was running back towards his house when he fell to the ground with his shirt covered in blood. Carson's spouse, Tanika Thomas, 34, with whom he has a 4-year-old daughter, and who is also 5 months pregnant with their second child, said that she now fears that the well-being of her older child, who has been crying since the incident. She not stop ball from evening, said Thomas. I don't think she really understands that he's dead and not coming back, but she's definitely traumatized by the whole incident. The fateful argument allegedly started because the alleged killer rented a vehicle from Carson but loaned it to another friend who damaged it in a crash. A relative of Carson alleged that the vehicle was later seized by the police but was eventually returned to the family. The police tell we say anytime we finish the work on the car, the youth must pay a fee. Him agree to fix it and him saying was going to give us the money Monday, the relative said. The cost to repair the damage was set at $120,000. However, it is alleged that the man refused to pay and the 2 of his relatives even attacked Carson on Sunday night. According to the relative, an upset Carson walked to the man's yard with a body name on. I don't know what happened, but them said the youth stabbed Willie, the relative said. Thomas said that Carson was a past student of Bridgeport High School in Portmore, was making the right steps to better himself for his family. Me no know what me go do now. At this morning, me and him go to Art Academy because him did sign up for plumbing and do the test from last week. Them call him this man and say he must come in for orientation. Me tell him some I want him to do it and get certified so that he can get better pay because him do every little thing, but him love plumbing, she said. Thomas said that Carson was an excellent father who would do anything to make his children comfortable. Him do music mostly because him love music, but anything for him children and him that, him try everything. Him always said that he was going to build a house for his children, she said. 147 new COVID-19 cases in Jamaica, 2 deaths reported. The Ministry of Health and Wellness reported 147 new COVID-19 cases and 2 deaths on Tuesday, May 17, bringing the infection total to 133,250 and total deaths to 3,013. The new cases comprise 84 females and 63 males, with ages ranging from 16 days to 97 years. The cases were recorded in Kingston and St. Andrew 54, St. James 33, St. Anne 17, St. Catherine 15, Westmoreland 9, Clarendon 8, Trelawney 4, Hanover and St. Mary 3, St. Elizabeth 1. Manchester, Portland and St. Thomas are the only parishes to record 0 cases. The deceased are a 36-year-old male from St. Catherine who died in February 2021, a 69-year-old male from St. Catherine who died in April 2021, previously under investigation. There were 118 recoveries in the last 24 hours, bringing the total to 85,512. Currently, 79 people are hospitalized, 15 of whom are moderately ill, 2 severely ill, and 2 critically ill. Jamaica's positivity rate for the latest round of testing is 17.6%. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.